Most people think a luxury, all-inclusive resort means dropping $10,000 or even $20,000 on a single vacation. But what if you could get five-star pools, oceanfront suites, endless food and drinks, and white sand beaches for a price that's high but still realistic if you save up? In this video, I'm going to show you 5 all-inclusive luxury resorts you can actually afford in 2026, including where they are, how to get there from the US, what makes them special, and a real-world budget for a 5-night stay. Stay with me until the end, because resort number 1 feels like a honeymoon fantasy, but you don't need to be a millionaire to go there. Welcome to Sky Travio, your guide to smart luxury travel. If you like the idea of 5-star trips, beautiful resorts, and clear budget breakdowns that show you what these vacations really cost, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let's start with resort number 5.
Number 5. Dreams Las Mareas, Costa Rica.
Dreams Las Mareas is a tropical jungle meets beach all-inclusive resort on Costa Rica's Pacific coast. It's a great balance between luxury and adventure. You get a big pool, swim-up bars, multiple restaurants, and at the same time, you're surrounded by mountains, rainforest, and wild nature. It's family-friendly, but couples also love it because the setting feels remote and romantic. Dreams Las Mareas is located in the Guanacaste region of Costa Rica, near the border with Nicaragua. The closest major airport is Daniel Oderberg Quiros International Airport, near the city of Liberia. From many U.S. cities like Miami, Houston, Dallas, and Atlanta, you can find direct or one-stop flights to Liberia, usually taking around 3 to 6 hours of flight time. Once you land, it's roughly a 1.5 to 2 hour drive to the resort. Most people use pre-booked shuttles, private transfers, or rental cars to get there.
One of the best things about this resort is the jungle and beach combination. You're not just on a flat, crowded strip of sand. The resort sits in a bay with green hills and forest all around, so the views feel more private and dramatic. Because it's all-inclusive, your meals, snacks, and most drinks are included. There are multiple restaurants and bars, so you're not stuck eating the same thing every day. And you're not getting surprise bills every time you sit down. There are also a lot of included activities on site: kayaking, snorkeling, pool games, evening shows, and kids clubs. That means you can have a full schedule without paying extra for tours every single day.
Costa Rica is famous for its pura vida lifestyle, which means pure life. A relaxed, positive way of living that you feel as soon as you arrive. Locals use it as a greeting, a goodbye, and a way of saying life is good. In this region, it's completely normal to see monkeys, iguanas, and exotic birds around the property, even when you're just walking between your room and the pool. There aren't many places where a luxury resort and wild nature are this close together.
The best time to visit this part of Costa Rica is usually from December to April, during the dry season, when you get plenty of sun and less rain. If you want better prices and fewer crowds, May and November can be good shoulder season months. Just expect a bit more rain and clouds.
Let's talk about what a 5-night stay here might actually cost for 2 adults. Flights from the United States to Liberia usually range from around $900 to $1,600 for 2 people, depending on your departure city and the time of year. For 5 nights at the resort, you can expect to pay roughly $1,800 to $2,800 total for a good room category on an all-inclusive plan. For airport transfers, tips, and a few small extras or tours, it's smart to budget another $300 to $500. That means your total estimated budget for 2 adults is roughly $3,000 to $4,900 for a 5-night all-inclusive luxury stay in Costa Rica. Prices are approximate and can change a lot by 2026, depending on season and how early you book, but this gives you a realistic starting point.
This resort is perfect for couples or families who want a mix of comfort and nature, nice rooms, all-inclusive food, and big pools, but also jungle views, wildlife, and the option for adventure right outside the resort.
Number 4. Royalton St. Lucia. Royalton St. Lucia is a modern, upscale, all-inclusive resort on the gorgeous Caribbean island of St. Lucia. The island is known for its dramatic green mountains, postcard-perfect bays, and romantic atmosphere. Here you get big pools, a wide beach, stylish rooms, and an adults-only hideaway section for those who want a more peaceful, child-free escape.
St. Lucia sits in the Eastern Caribbean. You'll usually fly into Huanora International Airport on the southern part of the island. From U.S. cities like Miami, New York, or Atlanta, you can often find direct or one-stop flights with total flight times around 4 to 7 hours. From the airport to Royalton St. Lucia, it's about a 60 to 90-minute drive, often along scenic coastal and mountain roads. Many travelers book a private transfer or shared shuttle through the resort or a local company.
Royalton St. Lucia offers a modern, all-inclusive luxury experience, multiple pools, a variety of restaurants, and comfortable, stylish rooms that still feel fresh and contemporary. There's a hideaway adults-only section, which is a great upgrade if you want a quieter, more romantic atmosphere, with its own pool and restaurant. The resort is set between green hills and the Caribbean Sea, so sunsets can be absolutely stunning, especially from the beach or pool areas.
St. Lucia is famous for the Pitons, 2 volcanic peaks that are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most recognizable landmarks in the Caribbean. The island is often ranked among the top honeymoon destinations in the world, which means a lot of the tours, restaurants, and experiences are designed with couples and romance in mind.
The best time to visit St. Lucia is typically from December to April, when the weather is drier and sunnier. For lower prices, consider the shoulder months of May, June, or November. Just remember that the wider Caribbean hurricane season runs roughly from June to November, so always check conditions before you book.
For 2 adults flying from the U.S., round-trip flights to St. Lucia usually range from around $1,000 to $1,800, depending on your home airport and season. 5 nights at Royalton St. Lucia on an all-inclusive plan will typically cost around $2,300 to $3,500 for 2 people, depending on room type and time of year. For airport transfers, tips, and a couple of extra activities or excursions, plan for another $300 to $500. Overall, you're looking at a total estimated budget for 2 adults of roughly $3,600 to $5,800 for a 5-night luxury all-inclusive stay in St. Lucia. This trip is ideal for honeymooners, couples, or friends who want a romantic Caribbean feel with modern resort comfort. Great pools, good food, and beautiful scenery without having to plan every little detail. Number 3. Secrets Akumal, Riviera Maya, Mexico. Secrets Akumal is an adults-only, all-inclusive resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico, known for its white sand beach and calm turquoise water. It has a romantic, intimate vibe that's perfect for couples and honeymoons, with stylish rooms, lush gardens, and a strong focus on peace and relaxation. Secrets Akumal sits on the Caribbean coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. You'll fly into Cancun International Airport, one of the busiest and easiest airports for U.S. travelers. From cities like Miami,
Houston, Dallas, Chicago, or New York, you can often find direct flights in 3 to 5 hours. From Cancun Airport, it's about a 1.5 to 2 hour drive south along the coast to Akumal. Most guests use private transfers or pre-arranged shuttles. Secrets Akumal is adults only, which means no children and a consistently calm, romantic atmosphere. The beach itself is a highlight. Soft white sand, clear water, and excellent snorkeling. The Akumal area is famous for sea turtles, and on a good day, you can literally see them while swimming just off the shore. As an all-inclusive resort, it offers multiple a la carte restaurants, good drink options, and 24-hour room service, so you can have a lazy breakfast in bed or a late-night snack without worrying about extra charges. Akumal actually means place of the turtles in the Mayan language, because sea turtles often come to this bay to feed and nest. The wider Riviera Maya region is full of cenotes, natural sinkholes filled with fresh water, and Mayan ruins, so you can mix beach luxury with history and adventure. The best time to visit Secrets Akumal is usually from December to April, when the weather is dry, sunny, and not too humid. For slightly lower prices and fewer crowds, late April, May, and November can also be good. But always keep an eye on Caribbean storm and hurricane force. For 2 adults flying from the U.S., round-trip flights to Cancun usually range from about $800 to $1,600, depending on your city and the season. 5 nights at Secrets Akumal on an all-inclusive plan will typically cost around $1,800 to $2,800 total for 2 people in a good room category. For airport transfers, tips, and maybe 1 or 2 paid excursions, it's wise to set aside another $250 to $400. Put that together, and your total estimated budget for 2 adults is roughly $2,800 to $4,800 for a 5-night adults-only all-inclusive. This resort is perfect for couples and honeymooners who want a peaceful, adults-only atmosphere, a beautiful, swimmable beach, and the option to add a little adventure and culture on top of their luxurious. Number 2. Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana, Dominican Republic. Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana is a modern, adults-only, all-inclusive resort in the Cap Cana area near Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. It's known for its upscale design, beautiful beach, and strong food and service quality. If you want something that feels polished, stylish, and easy, this is a great option. Cap Cana is on the eastern tip of the Dominican Republic. You'll fly into Punta Cana International Airport, which is well connected to the U.S. From many cities on the East Coast and in the Midwest, there are direct flights that take around 3 to 5 hours. From the airport, it's only about a 15 to 20-minute drive to the Cap Cana area, which means you can land, clear the airport, and be at your resort fairly quickly. Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana is adults only, so the overall vibe is relaxed and grown up with no kids running around the pool. It sits next to Hyatt Ziva, the family resort, which means the combined complex offers a large number of restaurants, pools, and bars, more options without leaving the property. As part of a major international brand, the food, drink, and service standards are usually very consistent, which is a big plus if you care about quality and reliability. The Cap Cana area is a master-planned luxury community with golf courses, a marina, and high-end villas. It's designed to feel more exclusive and upscale than many traditional resort zones. The beaches around Cap Cana are known for being clean, calm, and picture-perfect, with soft sand and clear, swimmable water. Exactly what most people picture when they think Caribbean luxury. The best time to visit Punta Cana and Cap Cana is usually from December to April, when the weather is dry and sunny. For better deals,
May, June, and November can be interesting months, but keep in mind that the Atlantic hurricane season runs roughly from June to November, so always check weather risks and consider travel insurance.
For 2 adults flying from the U.S., round-trip flights to Punta Cana usually range from about $800 to $1,600. 5 nights at Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana on an all-inclusive plan will generally cost between $2,200 and $3,200 total for 2 people, depending on your room and season. For airport transfers, tips, and a couple of extra activities, plan to spend another $250 to $450. Add it all up, and your total estimated budget for 2 adults is roughly $3,300 to $5,500 for a 5-night adults-only luxury all-inclusive stay.
This resort is ideal for couples, honeymooners, or groups of friends who want a polished resort-style vacation, great food, a beautiful beach, and almost everything handled for you the moment you check in.
Number 1. Excellence Playa Mujeres, Mexico.
Excellence Playa Mujeres is an adults-only, all-suite, all-inclusive resort just north of Cancun in a quieter area called Playa Mujeres. It's often mentioned as one of the best value luxury all-inclusive resorts for couples, with large suites, private jacuzzis or pools in many rooms, great service, and a relaxed romantic atmosphere.
You'll fly into Cancun International Airport, one of the easiest international airports to reach from the U.S. Many major cities offer direct flights in 3 to 5 hours. From Cancun Airport, it's around a 40 to 60-minute drive north to Playa Mujeres. Most travelers arrange a private transfer or use a reputable shuttle service before they arrive.
Excellence Playa Mujeres is adults only and suite only, which means every room is large and designed for comfort. Many include outdoor jacuzzis, small private pools, or direct pool access. The resort is in a quieter area compared to the main Cancun hotel zone. You're far enough away from the party scene to feel peaceful, but close enough to visit if you want nightlife or shopping for an evening. The all-inclusive experience is high quality, multiple a la carte restaurants, a good selection of drinks, 24-hour room service, and well-kept pools and grounds that make the whole property feel like a self-contained luxury bubble.
Excellence Playa Mujeres regularly ranks very high in traveler reviews for adults-only all-inclusive resorts in Mexico, especially for service and overall value. The Playa Mujeres area has been developed as a more upscale, quiet alternative to the main Cancun Strip, with golf courses, marinas, and a more exclusive feel.
The best time to visit Playa Mujeres is usually from December to April, when the weather is sunny, warm, and less humid. For better deals and fewer people, consider traveling in late April, May, or November. Just remember to watch Caribbean storm forecasts and consider flexible booking options.
For 2 adults flying from the U.S., round-trip flights to Cancun usually range from around $800 to $1,600. 5 nights at Excellence Playa Mujeres on an all-inclusive plan will usually cost between $2,000 and $3,000 total for 2 people, depending on your room and season. For private transfers, tips, and maybe 1 or 2 optional day trips, set aside another $200 to $400. Altogether, that gives you a total estimated budget for 2 adults of roughly $3,000 to $5,000 for a 5-night adults-only luxury all-inclusive stay. For many couples, this is a save-up and splurge trip, but it's still far below the cost of the ultra-exclusive resorts you see in billionaire travel videos.
This resort is perfect for couples, anniversaries, and honeymoons. Anyone who wants a romantic, adults-only escape with a true luxury feel. but at a price that's still within reach if you plan and save ahead of time.